Hey y'all, and welcome to Gemini Outdoors. And today we will be evaluating the Ozark Trail Camo folder. Alright, let's start off with theory of use. My primary theory of use for this knife is EDC. I think that's the primary role of this knife, is an everyday carry. Secondary would be utility, a utility kind of blade, a working blade. For you construction workers and carpet layers and all that out there, you could probably use it for a utility blade. And as another option, self-defense, maybe. It may lend itself that way. Reality of use is I would use this for an everyday carry knife. I used it for about, I would say, 2 months. I kept it in my EDC system and it performed very well, considering I bought this at Walmart for $5. Okay. I could also see a reality of use, it being like a utility knife for somebody who uses a knife quite often in their work. I think that this knife would hold up under that type of environment as well. So let's get the specs. The weight on this little knife is 3 ounces. I really don't have much problem with that. It is a little hefty, a little bit hefty. The overall length is 6.5 inches. The blade length is 2.75 inches. The material is a G10 handle, would be G10 to a kind of a plasticky type substance. And the blade is 440 stainless steel. It is a liner lock with a flipper type of option, so you can flip it out there. Like I said, you got to flick your wrist with it, but it'll come out. So pretty decent little EDC knife, I think. For $5, you can't beat it. Alright, positive aspects for this Ozark Trail Camo folder. It is a good size for EDC. It is a little bit wide. As you can see, it's a little wide, kind of chunky. But I think it's a good size for EDC as far as length, because you don't really feel it in your pocket like you do some of these longer blades that I've been evaluating here lately. I like the flipper action. It's very good. You do have to flick that wrist to make it work, though. You can't just pop it with your, with your finger and make it flip out for the most part. The price was $5. I mean, come on, $5. I mean, you don't complain about that. At Walmart. It is a Walmart knife. I ain't got no problems with Walmart knives, guys. If you're going to complain about it, maybe this isn't the channel for you, because I think that this is a great little knife for $5 that you can get at Walmart. And I want to help my audience buy, because I'm talking to the guy out there that works paycheck to paycheck, and to them, they may not be able to spend $200 on a Benchmade knife or something like that. Negative aspects: it's a bad size for self-defense right off the bat. The blade is much too short, and the blade shape as well is kind of a sheep's foot type of design. It would probably cut like crazy, and you got a place up here where you could probably put your thumb and slice somebody real good with it. But stabbing, I don't think it would stab very good with that sheep's foot top design for the tip. The smaller handle has caused me some problems with holding the blade. As you can see, my pinky down here, this lower part of my hand, wants to kind of come over the end of it, so gripping it can be a little bit of an issue. It's not the worst though, by far. Word of mouth on this knife that I've seen on YouTube and the internet is mostly positive. Yet again, it's people just raving about it. It's just $5. So and it's pretty decent for what you're getting with it. So and I mean, I have to agree with them. I really love the knife. Moving on now. Alright, time for the eval card of the Ozark Trail Camo folder. Performance, I gave it a 9 out of 10. Reliability, I gave it a 9 out of 10. Durability, I gave it an 8 out of 10. Value, it got a 10 out of 10. Versatility, it got an 8 out of 10. Compatibility, it got an 8 out of 10. Simplicity, I gave it a 9 out of 10. Maintenance, 9 out of 10. Theory of use, 10 out of 10. Likability, I gave it a 9 out of 10. For an overall score of 89 out of 100, 1 point away from joining the Ass Kickers Club, folks. For a letter grade of B. My recommendations. And remember, I was evaluating it as in the theory of use of EDC. A lot of people get confused whenever I talk about the eval card. What am I grading it? What type of criteria am I looking at? My primary theory of use for the knife is what I am evaluating it on. Okay? And like I said, look at some of the past knives here that I've evaluated that hasn't gotten the score like that one has. And this is just a $5 knife. We're talking about the Cuda, the Orion. Those two blades in themselves didn't score as good as this knife has, and this knife is like $5. Come on. Let's get to the recommendations, manufacturer. I would say lengthen the handle just a little bit, just the handle. You ain't got to mess with the blade. Just bring this handle down just a little bit more, maybe not even 1/4 of an inch, and it would fit the hand perfectly. It does a pretty good job like it is. But that's just the one recommendation that I would make for it. My recommendation to my audience is that it is recommended. It's almost highly recommended. If it is scored a 90, it would be highly recommended. Look, for $5 and a budget-minded type of person, this is a good deal. I got another one I'm about to evaluate. It's a good deal too. In closing, look, this little knife is nice. If you're a blade snob, if you're a knife snob, this is never going to be good enough for you, and you're not really the person that I'm targeting in this evaluation. I'm talking to the guy out there who lives paycheck to paycheck, who works his fingers and his feet and his back to the bone, who can barely stand up after a hard day's work. All he wants to do is go home, eat, and get in bed. That's the guy I'm talking to. This is a pretty decent knife for $5. If you want a decent knife to carry around in your pocket or just to throw in a little kit or something just to have, this is your knife. Okay, it's a really, really good knife, an affordable knife, absolutely 100%. I would not hesitate one bit to carry that around in my system, and I have carried it around in my system, even not testing it. Not when I wasn't testing it for this evaluation, I would have it in my pocket for a little bit. So, alright guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate the views. Please subscribe to me and like the video. I'd like to spread these videos around, get the message out there that I am really, really trying to get this thing off the ground and get some good videos out there with some high view numbers. To me, a high view number is, and I know a lot of guys are going to laugh at me. Look, 500 or more is good to me. You know, if you give me 500 views on these evaluations, I'm going to keep making them. You know, this is my hobby, but, you know, sometimes I need a little bit of motivation to do it, you know. And like I said, my audience is great. I really do appreciate it. All the views and everything that y'all do for me. But it helps me to know that hey, I can get some subscriptions and some views off of it, and I really want to make all these evaluations at least 500 views or more in the future. So please pay that in mind when you're looking on my channel or whatever, or you're just happened up on this video. I've got more videos out there. Please check them out. Love to hear from you. Please comment. Please you know, keep your comments clean. I try to encourage people to do that, but I know people got to be people, and or you got to be yourself, and you know. But I always try to tell people treat each other with respect in the comment section. And thank you very much. Y'all have a good one.